This is the Inkee BenBox, and the name almost sounds like it was named after me and it was for me, but anyway, this is the Inkee BenBox wireless video transmitter, and honestly, for the UK price of £109, this has seriously become one of my favorite pieces of gear for video production. Ben from Lover of Tech, let me give you my thoughts on this little beast of a thing and why, even with the cons and the pros that make it a good and a bad product in some sense, as a video content creator and even people in photography at any level, I would instantly recommend this to be part of your gear arsenal, no doubt. So quick disclaimer, I did personally reach out to Latency in regards to getting this BenBox in for review, and they were more than happy to send this out. So, you know, a big thank you to them, but this is not sponsored. No payment was given to me, and they will not even be seeing this video before it goes live. And you know what, with that out of the way, let me start with the small things I don't like about the BenBox, because honestly, they're small things and there isn't much else, because there is a lot more good I've got to say and talk about when it comes to this product. Firstly, although it does transmit a video feed on a wireless one, it caps out at 1080p 60 frames a second max, and there is no 4K option, and also it doesn't transmit audio, it's just a video feed. I would have loved to have seen a hot shoe design somehow built onto the BenBox, because it does take up the hot shoe on your camera, which generally can be used for your mic placement. Not all cameras are supported with the ability to have wireless control over things like the aperture, the shutter speed, or the ISO, or even things like the stop-start recording, but honestly, that's more down to the camera OEMs that support this feature or not, and less down to the BenBox. Honestly, that's all I have for the cons, folks, because I ain't even gonna lie or trip. These cons that I mentioned, they feel like a reach, and honestly, in the grand scheme of things, they don't really matter for all the good things that this offers at the price of £109. Now let's get to the good and why I love this thing, starting from the outside and working our way in with the design. This thing is not only light and compact, but it's built like a tank. It's made all out of metal. It feels dense and solid with a strong metal cold shoe that's also at the bottom. Honestly, this is impressive to me at this price point and how compact it is. You've also got a built-in 2500 mAh battery with a built-in dual band antenna for the Wi-Fi. And these two things are seriously key to how well built and how compact and how usable and how small it is, to the point where it even just fits in a pocket easily, to make this a much more accessible product and accessory that just doesn't get in the way. Thank goodness we have a full-size HDMI input from your camera to the device, USB-C input for charging the internal battery, a full-size USB-A port for connecting the different cables that come with the BenBox for your supported camera, and an on-off single button with 5 LED lights, which 4 are for the battery status and 1 indicator for the Wi-Fi signal, and actually 1 more LED, which makes it 6 in total by the HDMI input, which obviously shows you that there is a signal input coming to the BenBox device. Now here's the fun stuff and how the BenBox works and what I really enjoyed about it. The BenBox can transmit up to 4 wireless video feeds to either an iOS phone or tablet or an Android phone or tablet, with a max resolution of 1080p up to 60 frames a second, with a maximum range of 100 meters rated. Now, I didn't test the maximum range on my usage, and I found out that when you're feeding up to 4 devices, which definitely I tested straight away because it's something that I was so eager to see, it's best to get the best performance if you're streaming to those devices in 720p rather than 1080p. But if it's like 1 or 2 devices, then 1080p works good. The app works for both iOS and Android, and once installed, you go to the Wi-Fi settings, look for the BenBoy Wi-Fi ID of the BenBox transmitter. The default password on there, once you select it, is 12345678. Then you go back to the app, then you press the play icon on the Inkee app, and then boom, you should be able to see a video feed coming straight to your mobile device. Also, make sure that to switch this on quickly and effectively, press the on-off switch once and then second time straight away, and hold it for the BenBox to turn on. You'll see all the LED lights come on with the Wi-Fi LED as well. Now the app interface is simple and clean. In the settings, you can change the Wi-Fi settings and the password, but I left it as it is. You can change the video feed from either 720p to 1080p or vice versa. And then you can check things like obviously the firmware version, the serial number, etc. The top right has the Wi-Fi icon, the BenBox, and the camera battery status if it's connected, and also the feed status quality, which will show you either 1080p or 720p. Now on the middle left, you do have the icons for taking pictures, the starting and the stopping of the recording as well, you have that. And also that is if it's supported on the camera that you have, and you have the ability to pause the last frame of the video feed that you have as well, which I think is really, really good. And last, the bottom right has the RGB histogram, the zebras, the black and white exposure, the grids and the frame guides, and the ability to display your loaded LUT as well. Now, the only one I really touched and used were the grids, but the rest I kind of left it as such. I've not tested it yet, but it's something I'll probably get around to when it comes to things like the custom LUTs. The latency is not bad at all as well. I found it to be more than usable, and it's apparently rated around 150 milliseconds. So it's actually quite instantaneous. And when using it, it didn't seem like it was too much of a problem, especially for what you're able to do by streaming up to 4 streams as well. Honestly, people, that is it. £109. And for something like this that streams up to 4 video streams to your mobile devices or tablets at the same time, your phones, honestly, for a video and a photo person, we all have these devices lying around. And what's great about it is at this price, it's cheaper than most good to decent monitors that have touchscreens or don't have touchscreens for external monitors for your camera. So this is a great option to have if it's not something that you want to have and you want to keep it light and simple and on the go. But that's not all, because I have a secret and a favorite way I like using this device, and this was actually alongside my Atomos Ninja 5 recorder / monitor. And honestly, this blew my mind and came in so clutch, especially on a client shoot that I did the other day, to the point where my shooting partner and the client's on-site assistant was so impressed that it gave a level of professionalism that actually put a smile on my face, as well as the client's face, as well as my shooting partner's face, because he hadn't actually seen this before. Now, everything I said works exactly the same, but what's good about the Ninja 5 is that it has a full-size HDMI 2.0 output, and with the hot shoe mounted on top of the monitor, I can basically loop the feed from the Ninja 5 to the BenBox, and then from the BenBox to up to 4 devices, like so many screens. Now, one thing I found out that threw me off initially about the Ninja 5 to the BenBox when you're looping it out, which I thought didn't initially work at first, is that when you're in 24 frames and 30 frames a second, especially when you're recorded in 4K, it says no output from the Ninja 5 to the device, and the device isn't supported with the output. But when you actually check the video feed on the BenBox, it works fine, no issue. Because the great thing about the Ninja 5 is, even if you're recording and exporting or outputting to it in 4K, when you're outputting from the monitor to a different device, you can actually tell it to downscale to 1080p. So long as you downscale it to 1080p, if it's in 24 frames a second or 30 frames a second, it will actually output to it fine, even though it says that it doesn't support it. But the trick is, when you're in any form of 60 frames a second mode, it shows the output no problem. So it's probably more of a weird glitch in how it's communicating on the Ninja 5, but either way, it works so long as you tell the Ninja 5 to output in 1080p to the BenBox, whether you're on whatever frame rate, whether it says supported or not, it will pick it up and it works just fine. Honestly, again, guys, for the price of £109, I cannot stress this enough. I highly recommend this, especially for a video shooter. Whether you're run and gun light on a gimbal, instead of using a monitor, you can mount this on top of the camera. It's light, and then you can feed it wirelessly, obviously, to your smartphone or your tablet on the gimbal mounted. Or if you're in a video situation like myself where you like to loop it, and especially if you've got cameras that don't have a flip screen, this is a great option to keep it nice and compact. Or if you're on a pro or prosumer set, this is a versatile piece of gear that can give feed to everyone else that's around and give space and give everyone their own feed of what's actually happened at an affordable price. £109, man, this is an instant buy. So I've got links in the description below if you want to pick this up. Small kickback helps the channel, so if you're interested, definitely with this product, get the link in the description below and pick this up. That is it for me, Ben from Lover of Tech. If you enjoy content like this, you know exactly what to do. Hit that subscribe button, then hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any future content that is posted on the Lover of Tech channel. I hope you guys are safe during this time. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.